time that this is happening. Four major TV networks are taking this event live. My name is Benga Aruleba. I'd like to let you know that the four major TV networks in Nigeria, talking of the Nigerian Television Authority, the African Independent Television Authority, IT, the Channels Television, and of course, Television Continental TVC are all taking this event live. Events of the past 72 hours in the Nigerian polity, of course, have necessitated this. You'll get to know why we are here shortly and who our guest is. Of course, the man in the midst of it all is our guest, talking about the Executive Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency, Chief Nyesom Wike. But let me first introduce my colleagues who are here with me. It's my pleasure to welcome Ameze Igebo. She's Assistant Director News, Nigerian Television Authority. She's here with us. Ameze, good to see you.
Good to be here. Thank you, sir, for inviting us.
Next to Ameze is Sheun Okinbaloye, of course, you know him is of Channels Television, political correspondent and anchor of Politics Today. Sheun, good to see you. And of course, sitting very close to me, to my right, is Babajide Otitoju. Babajide is Group Controller, Current and Public Affairs, Television Continental TVC. Jide, good to see you too.
Thank you, Wenga. Good to be here.
Occasionally, you may be hearing some murmurs and some applause. These are supposed to be passive members of the audience. They are not supposed to be contributing. They are just here to observe things. So let me introduce the man of the moment. My pleasure to welcome His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State. Your Excellency, good to see you. Events of the past 72 hours, like I said, have had you in the midst of all of it. We'd like you to lay the template for what we'll be doing here for the next 2 hours. We'd like you to update us, for instance, on your relationship with your party, the People's Democratic Party.
Let me say clearly that I have a good relationship with my party, and that is why I'm doing everything that is possible to make sure that in our state, candidates that have emerged become victorious in the 2023 general election. I'm still a full member, committed member of the People's Democratic Party. Of course, like you have said, there are times you could have disagreements, and what is left out there to the public may not necessarily or actually be the simple truth. You may have read in the social media, in the electronic media, in the print media, all kinds of things. I just want to say clearly that what I believe in and what I continue to stand for is equity, justice, and fairness. It doesn't matter whose interest is involved. What we're talking about today, we're not talking about a presidential candidate. Primaries have come and gone. We're not talking about the vice presidential candidate. Very clear, it's not ambiguous. It's not ambiguous. It is made clear that this is what is supposed to be, or what should be done. And you know, people who want to ascend to political power will always try to manipulate the system in order to suit them. And when they are doing this, they do not let the public know the actual facts. All they do is to slant the story or stories in such a way that it will deceive the public. The founding fathers of our party never made a mistake. They knew the country called Nigeria and the complexity of this country. And therefore, in doing things, in order to move this country forward, they arrange it in such a way we will not have problems in our party. You remember, and that is why I've always said, people should not forget history. It may not be favorable to you, but for the sake of the society and of the country, you must remember. In 2013, 2014, you remember there was this issue of the presidential candidate of the party, which of course at that time we had our president, President Goodluck Jonathan, who emerged as the presidential candidate of our party, being the People's Democratic Party. You also recollect in that convention that so many people walked out of that convention. People like the candidate of our party today, Waziri Adamawa, that is Elijah Chukwu. In fact, I just remembered, and let me commiserate with him. I hear he lost one of his aides. So on behalf of the government and people of the state, I extend our condolences to him and know that it is God. The Almighty Allah is one that gives, is one that takes. So may he be consoled and let God give him the strength in order to overcome this irreparable loss of our concern. But moving further, Aminu Tambuwa was one of them. The former Senate President Saraki was one of them. They all worked out, saying that the presidency must come to the north. Of course, President Jonathan, who was a sitting president at that time, did everything he could do to talk to them to come back to the party. Of course, Jonathan was rebuffed. As a sitting president, I even remember that there was a time he traveled to London to see our presidential candidate today. He rebuffed Jonathan, who was a sitting president at that time. We said no, we remain in the party. We also had, when the former governor of Niger State, Ali Babangida, came out on channels and said, look, they all agreed to work against the candidate of our party, being President Goodluck Jonathan. Yes, some former governors came out, no, they are not saying the correct thing. But what is important that, yes, some members of our party played anti-party activity because they believe that the presidential candidates should come from the north. So, I just have to lay this foundation for good to understand. We have had our primaries, and the presidential candidate have emerged. But before a presidential candidate emerged, there was the issue of where would the chairmanship go to? Because in our party, the chairman comes from either the south, and the presidential candidate comes from north. Or the presidential candidate comes from the south, and the chairman will go to the north. The intention of the founding fathers was that to allow for inclusivity, for everybody to participate in the hierarchy of decision making of the party. Because as it is today, 3 major persons are those who take decision of the party. One is the national chairman, one is the presidential candidate, or the president and if you are in power. And then the DG of the campaign. These are 3 key positions that oversee the runnings of the party and major decisions being made and how the party will move forward. Now, we from the South, before now, we had met and said, look, the presidency must come to the South. APC, PDP, we met. In fact, when this idea was mooted, because frankly speaking, I never attended NEC meetings in Abuja, but they met during NEC meeting, and I agreed that the conveners of this meeting would be the governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu, the governor of Ebonyi, Umahi, and the governor of Delta, Okowa. They became the chief conveners of this Southern Governors Forum meeting. And the first meeting was held in Asaba, precisely in Asaba. And in that meeting, it was agreed that for whatever it takes, that President Muhammad Buhari, coming from the north, has done 8 years, and therefore, for inclusion, that the next president should come from the southern part of the country. And the next meeting was held in Lagos, where it was also amplified and stated clearly that this is what we must pursue as a people. Then the final meeting was held in Enugu. I don't want to say certain statements made by some governors in that meeting. But I remember one of the governors said, look, how will I tell my children that I cannot be a president because I don't come from a particular section of the country? I don't want to go down to governor now, but at the appropriate time, we'll be able to let you know, because a lot of people forget things and then turn around to do different things. So in Enugu was the final meeting where we agreed. And in doing so, when I said, look, Secondus and chairman of the party, you already running out your time. And therefore you can't go back. Because it's the position of the South that the president has to come to the South. And the president cannot come to the South if you are the chairman of the party. Because by our convention, by our constitution of the party, this is what it is stated. And so it was not as if it was a personal thing. In order to give the allow of our decision in the Southern Government Forum, then this has to be done. And so we went to the party. Arguments and counter-arguments. In fact, it was surprising to me when I saw the behavior of some of the governors who were even the conveners of this Southern Government Forum meeting started shifting. That no, the chairmanship should not be sold. And we said why? It must be sold. The chairman must either remain in South or he goes to the North. Luckily, the party set up a committee for sold. And in that committee, the governor of Enugu State was the chairman. Governor Otto was the deputy chairman for the zoning of the party offices. Cleverly, as some people always think they are too clever, they came up with the issue, oh no, zone only the party offices, don't zone the elective offices. And some of us said, how can you only zone party offices? You will not zone elective offices. You know, so many people, some people believe they are too intelligent than others. And some of us say, look, this will at the end of the day cause crisis for us. If we do not now state it frankly, this is what should be done. And for us to move on. This problem you think you are trying to avoid will at the end of the day resonate. And it will be a crisis for us. And at that time, it will be too late. Now, the chairmanship was now zoned to the north. And that was why there's nobody from the south who contested that. Also remember, when we lost election in 2015, the party sat and formed the committee under Ekweremadu. And that committee came up and said, let us zone the presidency to the north. And that was why in 2018 convention, there was nobody from the south who contested for that. All the aspirants at that time came from the north. And everybody will remember, I was arrogant for the campaign of Wasir Tampo. And when we lost, I never hid my intention. Wasir Adamawa came, and I said, look, the problem was over. We'll give you all the necessary support. And which we did. There's no state of PDP that will say they contributed more than River State. That's not one state of PDP that will say so. And I challenge any state, and I also challenge the country today to tell PDP members if there's any state that contributed in whatever way in order for him to emerge victorious at the national election. So, those of them who thought they are too powerful, they are highly connected, they are the founding fathers of the party, they own the party. And I said there should be no zoning of the presidential ticket. Leave it open. Let the best candidate emerge because they think they have the numbers. We have jettisoned our constitution. Not knowing that we're laying the foundation, a seed of discord in future. So as a matter like that, I'm it's okay. No. All of us. But before the primaries, and how are you? I got that challenge. And I start to challenge everybody. And then I himself say, even I never allowed my phone to rest. Every day, thank you. I will assure you, we'll make sure this party is united, that do all kinds of things like that. Well, that's history now. He became chairman. And I said, listen, what's going on? He said, well, they started starting from. I said, well, you have set up a committee for zoning. Now headed by the governor of the university. They started starting from. I thought, how can you start starting from when we have not discussed the issue of zoning? So, cleverly. Then I came up, we're still looking at what forms. There's no need to zone. I mean, at this level of our life. My mother used to say that, look, in her fact, she did not go to school, but she has shut up. That one. You don't need to go to school to know that somebody said shut up. When I see fraud, when I see manipulation, and I say, look, this thing will put us into crisis. So, okay, let's go in for the campaign. I know some of us came out to say we're going to run. And in the name of God, I came out with everything because I believe at this time in our country, we must have people who are dedicated and committed and have passion for this country. People who want to really solve this problem. The only thing that I can tell you today, I feel pain that I don't have the opportunity to fight banditry. I don't have the opportunity to fight oil theft. If there are two things And I told myself I was going to do was to take on insecurity head on and the issue of oil theft that is affecting our economy. That's what it is. Yes, but be it as it may, it was always know God that gives power. And so you will not go and because the day you were born, you were not told this is what you will be. Rather, your parents will pray for you. I want this my son, I want my child, I want my daughter to be a great person tomorrow. But not that you are told that look, you'll be president through PDP, you'll be president through APC, you will be this. No. It doesn't happen that way. Now, what for the problem? We can pay. Seriously. Seriously, we can pay. And they were shocked. Because if you look at the modus of our campaign, nobody was a DG. Nobody was anything. You never know. No, we didn't want to allow anybody to approach the of the people going to be mold. So you don't know the assignment. Man, that is assigned to. You don't know the one that Shehu is giving to. All you said campaign is by movie. So it became a problem. Meetings upon meetings upon meetings upon meetings upon meetings. A whole national chairman threatened some of the presidential aspirants at that time that if Wike wins, he was going to resign. In fact, he was calling aspirants to withdraw for Atiku Abubakar. Bala Muhammad is there. Saraki is there. Tambawa is there. Meetings and meetings and meetings were called upon. You must withdraw. If not, we will lose. Wike will win. So I'm not saying, but the issue is not about Wike. Nobody's fighting. It's not Wike, but it is, we want to. So it took time. This is a national chairman of a party who is supposed to be the chief umpire.
This was before the primaries.
Yes. Even at the ground of the primaries. That was why we started the primary very, very late. The man was supposed to 10, 11. We started around 5:30 to 6. This is how many who are delegated? 774 local government. Under where you used to have 4,000 and 5,000, 774. So what was going on? Meetings upon meetings upon meetings, putting pressure, step down, step down. Some retired generals were involved. Some of the meetings were held in their houses. So, but even in the campaign, in the committee of the convention, when we met in Benue Governor's Lodge with the National Working Committee, I raised it as national chairman. These people as chairman of these committees are all known supporters of Atiku Abubakar. He swore, oh no, he's going to look, just to let you know that if we don't want this convention, we would have gone to court. But we don't want the party to be in crisis. Therefore, do the right thing. So at the end of the day, all of us will be happy that the party has done a good convention and the winner has emerged with that rank. We're opposition party. We're not in the ruling party. Therefore, we must conduct ourselves in such a way that there should not be internal crisis that may not be resolved before the general election. There was nothing Ayu didn't do. Manipulation of delegates list, litigations of there was nothing he didn't do. And unfortunately today, the numbers were not adding up. There's nothing they didn't do to make sure that Wike did not get right. So, we went for the convention. And they came. You remember? I spoke last. You remember? I spoke last. based on alphabetical order. And when I came out to speak, of course, there was danger. The ovation was thunderous. So it became a problem to them. Now, to tell you, I was highly disappointed by the former Senate President. Very experienced, very seasoned. All these things were all set up to manipulate the system. Which of them? Senator David Mark. He was the chairman of the convention, planning committee. It has never happened in the history of election. In fact, when you are speaking, whatever thing you want to do, it is at that point you will say it. But everybody has spoken. I have spoken. We have now started for them to commence voting. A whole chairman of National Convention Planning Committee announced that said that there's an announcement. It has never happened anywhere. Announcement who we are thinking would be, look, for security reasons, don't pass this way. Or there's something that will just, picked up. I don't know whether anybody has been so your phone or whatever. Such announcements were expected. Was to give back the microphone to Tambon, to come again and speak after everybody has spoken. To say, my brothers, I want to withdraw. Okay, not even say you want to withdraw. You now went ahead that they should vote, his people should vote for Atiku Abubakar. At that point, if not for the love of the party we have, if we don't love this party, that convention wouldn't have held. There would have been a crisis in that convention. But as people who say, look, you just let us go ahead. For peace to reign. David Man never thought it. Is there any other person who want to say anything? He never thought shit. No one. Then we decided, it's okay, nobody else. If you object that time, what will you do? Because we love, we said, anything that will cause crisis, let us avoid it. And like I said, anybody who knows me too well. At that point, I would have said, this convention cannot take place. If heaven was going to come down, we would have allowed heaven to come down that particular day. But we said, no. We must be intact to take over power because Nigerians are waiting for the party. So we must not do things that will let Nigerians know that, look, we are not serious. So we allowed it. And everything went. Not even being satisfied after you have done all you have done by threatening that you will resign if you came wins. You now went ahead to Governor Tambowa's house and said, the hero of the convention, a national chairman. You heard what Jang said. He has never had this in his life. A referee carrying the ball, putting for the other side, and the side scores, then he said he blows. It's a goal. Against all of that aspect. And so we thought, okay, it's over, it's over. There will be reconciliation or whatever. And let me tell anybody who cares to know, I never run for presidential position in order to be a vice president. Never. Never.
That's what people are saying, that because you are not chosen, that you are showing the trace of a bad loser.
You see, first of all, how you know those who are prepared to run the election? Some of them collected presidential form at the same time collected senatorial form. You know that those people are not serious to run. I never collected for any senatorial form. Even after the vote, people said, come and go for Senate. I said, no, I won't do that. I've already made a commitment that this Senate should be zoned to this area because they've never had it before. I must not be in power. By the grace of God, since 1999, I've been elected. It's not a do-or-die affair. Now, and again, when you're working as a team with people, sometimes you must listen to them. If I tell you the number of Nigerians that called me to say, listen, please, make sure that you take the offer. I said, offer what? I said, no, I won't do that. I will not. They said, no, it's not for you. It is for our team. Let us also be relevant in the system. That we know that, yes, you don't need it. I said, look, I don't trust these people. I know them too well. So don't put me to this. The pressure was so much. I said, okay, let it not look as if it's a personal thing. But I told them, but then, you will understand that you don't need to trust these people. What happened? After the convention Saturday, Sunday, the candidate wanted to see me on Monday. And I was rushing back to Port Harcourt. And I said I will leave him by 10:30. And so I can give the 10:30 after 10:30. Luckily he came with Mana Waziri and Co, Tunda Yeni, all of them. Voting for me. Then Adoke was there. Nanobi was there. Fayushe was there that morning. So they came and spoke. Then it was Mana Waziri who said, okay, two of you should go and have a private meeting in my office. One thing. A lady who sat down. He said, Governor, I said, sir, look, you must go. I said, why? He said, no, we have never had presidential candidate and chairman for the same zone.
This is a former vice president talking to you.
Telling me this, that was the first thing he said. And you know, what I've come to learn, and I challenge, let the former vice president say, or the candidate say, no, I never say so. And I say, what? I say, Amana. And he's a Muslim. He said, let this Amana, he never told me this.
Other people are there.
No, that's what private meeting there, after the general meeting. Then the next thing he told me was, I want us to work together. I said, like how? He said, look, this vice president. I said, no, but you have made promises to people. He said, no, you have not made any promises. I said, no. You have made promises to the governor of Delta. You have made promises to he said, no, in fact, he was just coming from there now. He just told them not possible. I said, sir, I will discuss with my people. So, that was that. The point I'm trying to say, integrity matters a lot. Integrity matters a lot. Because you are talking about trust. Part of what we have problem today in this country, people don't trust our leaders again. You say something here to me. In their spirit, you are saying a different thing. At the end of the day, you say it's political, it's by politics. No. Then I said they were going to give him certificate of return, and I was invited. I said, I don't need to come. And I didn't go. So the governor of Adamawa came to see me. I said, look, he didn't come for the certificate. What is it necessary? So if I don't come where they are presenting a certificate, I'm not this kind of ISID psychopath. I don't do that. It's okay. One will go and congratulate him in his house. I think, but he has come here. He said, no, it doesn't matter, that's okay. I called one or two persons. Are you around? He said, yes. Come and join me. We went to the candidate's house. I said, congrats, sir. I've come to congratulate you. Stories from the other. Now, some of the people now, they gave us this. It was then he told me in Iraq that one of the ex-military soldiers, one of the ex-soldiers, one of the generals, who wrote 3 names, Okowa, myself, and the governor of Akwa Ibom. And that the chairman of the party was not happy. Why would he be the ex-general that would nominate names? He said, okay. He was now going to write a letter to the party, for the party to nominate a presidential candidate for him. That he didn't want to make the mistake he made in 2018-19 when people accused him of nominating Peter Obi without letting people know. I challenge them to show the letter he wrote to the party. I challenge them to show the letter he wrote to the party.